Hello, everybody, and welcome. Randy here, Nerds Templar. This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League Season 0, set number 17 out of 22. We are almost done with the regular season. That means 6 matches left. Take a look at our standings after 16. Team Mario, we got Kirby still at the top at 11-4. Got Peach right behind him at 10-4. Mario right behind her at 10-5. And we got DK right behind him at 9-5. Yoshi's right behind him, Donkey Kong, at 9-6. And then Zelda is right behind him at 8-6. And Link is right behind her at 8-7. And then we got Luigi at 6-8. Diddy and Sheik at 4-11. And Toon Link at 1-13. So pretty crazy race there in Team Mario right now. Team Baddies, we got Bowser at 12-2, 2 games above DDD and Wolf at 10-4. Got Ganondorf and Wario at 8-6. We got Mewtwo at 7-7. Snake and Meta Knight at the bottom at 2-12. Team Nintendo, we have Captain Falcon 11-3. Ness is 10-4. Rob is 10-5. Lucas and Falco are 9-6. Ice Climbers and Fox are 7-7. Mr. Game & Watch is 6-8. Samus is 5-10. Sonic is 3-12, and Zero Suit Samus is 3-12. So a little more spread out there in that big division than it is in Team Mario. And finally, Team Universe. Ike is 12-2, with a big old cushion between him and then Pokemon Trainer at 9-5. And a decent cushion there between Pokemon Trainer and the rest of the bunch at Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Olimar, and Pit at 6-8. Lucario at 5-9, and Marth at 3-11. That is a pretty interesting division there as well. So a lot of close races all throughout all the divisions, pretty much. Here's what we got coming up today. A ton of great matches, I think. So many good ones today. We're gonna start off with 6-8 Game & Watch taking on the 7-7 Fox. And Game & Watch, the lower record, beat him the first time around. Then we got Pikachu at 6-8 taking on the 12-2 Ike, who of course beat Pikachu. He beat all the his opponents in the division first time. Then we have Peach versus Luigi. 10-4 Peach beat Luigi at 6-8 the first time. Jigglypuff at 6-8 is taking on Olimar at 6-8, and there Jigglypuff won the first time. Lucas versus Samus, 9-6 Lucas, who beat the 5-10 Samus. And then we got Lucario at 5-9 taking on the 9-5 Pokemon Trainer, but Lucario at 5-9 won that matchup the first time around. So that's our mid card. Pretty awesome. The low card even has some great matchups and a lot of potential upsets here. We have Snake at 2-12 taking on DDD at 10-4. DDD won that one. Mario, the winner of the 10-5 Mario, winning over Toon Link at 1-13 the first time. We have Marth at 3-11 taking on Pit at 6-8. Pit won the first time. Meta Knight at 2-12 is then taking on Ganondorf at 8-6. Ganon won first one. Falco at 9-6 is taking on He's taking on the 3-12 Zero Suit Samus. And then finally Link at 8-7 is taking on Sheik at 4-11. And Link won that one in their first matchup. And then, of course, our high card, best 6. We have the 12-2 Bowser taking on 7-7 Mewtwo. Bowser won the first time. That's almost, all of these are good enough to be the last match, honestly. We have Captain Falcon at 11-3, taking on the Ice Climbers at 7-7. Captain Falcon won that one. Yoshi, 9-6, taking on Zelda at 8-6. Yoshi won that one the first time around. Then we have Wolf at 10-4, taking on the 8-6 Wario. And Wario at 8-6 won that one first time. Then we got Kirby, 11-4, taking on Donkey Kong at 9-5. Kirby won that one in their first one. And finally, Rob at 10-5 is taking on the 10-4 Ness. And Rob defeated Ness in their first matchup. We shall see. Ness is technically above him half a game right now because of the buys. That's our final match. We have Diddy and Sonic on a bye. Two of the lowest on buys right now. But let's go. Game & Watch kicking things off in the mid-card. First matchup of our mid-card subset. I don't know what else to call it, so there you have it. And he's going up against Fox. No skins this time. Let's just do it. So yeah, 6 and 8 Game & Watch, who beat the 7 and 7 Fox a while back. First half of the game, the season. Considering doing season 1 or maybe even more than that, possibly also video. I'm still considering whether we're gonna actually stream that or not. 1 and 2, still thinking about it. The videos take a little longer, but sometimes they're a little easier because I can do them whenever. I don't have to go necessarily by a schedule, but try to get them out to you on a schedule here. That's really the main thing. And getting to that point. Got a really back and forth match here, as you should expect. This is, I believe this would be the 5th match in. No. Actually, the 6th, set 6 was when they fought. Game & Watch falling off there. Fox with the lead. So at this point, Game & Watch, I think, had won a couple. In fact, only one. So he would act. No, I take that back. So because he was on his bye, so he would have been 0 and 4 at this point in Game & Watch. Coming into this one. Pretty sure. And so this was his first win. The first time around, and when he started on his big run. I believe, in fact, it's happened the same way around this time, because I don't think he's won yet since coming back around. Yeah. So he lost. Game & Watch is 6 and 8. He lost the same 4 matches in this second time around that he lost the first time. See if he can go undefeated from this point on, like he did. He did in the first time around. Not off to the best start. Fox with a Ditto now. Also has a life up currently. Game & Watch taking that first stock. But he's at 81% on his second already. A lot of work to do. Fox eliminates him again. Only 33% on Fox. Got the Arceus. Probably won't do anything. Now the Snorlax also probably won't do anything. And not looking good for Game & Watch here. Looking great for Fox to go to 8 and 7, staying above that 500 point is right where you want to be. Is well, at the very least where you want to be. That'll get you into playoffs. That'll get you comfortably into playoffs right now. We will take another look at that at the end of this set, where everybody stands for playoffs. We'll look at that every other set. Well, we'll look at it today. We'll look at it in set 19, and then we'll look at it in 20, 21, and 22 as we finish off and go into the playoffs, 22 being the last regular season set. Game & Watch trying to make some kind of comeback, but probably not going to happen here. Fox at 111 with a life left, but 85 on Game & Watch already. Unfortunate for him, 6 and 9, not great. Not exactly where you want to be, but he's still in the hunt. But yeah, he was one of the 6 and 8s. Not all the 6 and 8s would have made it into the playoffs. He was actually one that would have been right on the cusp there. So this loss is real bad for Game & Watch. Especially losing so badly, right? Not too close. Fox at 160%. Game & Watch having no luck. I don't know what exactly he's doing here. Finally knocks Fox out for the second time, but probably too late at 102% on him. See if he can get some Pokemon help. Top of Coco on the left side of the map actually is going to do some damage to Fox here. Not a ton. Oh man, that last hit though almost knocked Fox out. No way. Game & Watch. Is he about to make a comeback? Because Fox is kind of messing around here. Became a little lax at the end of this one with his big lead, and he just lost. Used his up B the wrong direction, and there's no getting back to the map after that one. I can't believe it. Game & Watch, with the most ridiculous of comebacks, perhaps begins his win streak over again here. 442 match. 12-13 in items. Fox's favor, but very close. So Game & Watch evens that match up. Oh, I'm sorry. He won that one the first time too. So that's big. He goes to 7-8. Fox goes to 7-8 now, which is kind of crazy. So they're both in it, but they're both below 500 now. Game & Watch was already below 500, moving a little closer to 500, obviously. Pikachu. For Team Universe. All divisional, of course. So Team Universe matchup of Pikachu and Ike. Good luck, Pikachu. But that is pretty crazy, because then that's going to change a lot of things now, bringing another one of the 500s down, one of the just below on the cusp of playoffs, bringing him up a game. And yeah, again, that was where Game & Watch began his win streak the entire way through the first half of the sets to set 11 last time around. So let's see if we can do it again. Here, we'll see if Ike can go undefeated again in Team Universe, now that all the divisional play is done. He won last match. Had an easy start against Marth, the lowest of the divisional opponents, competitors. Mimikyu over there, I believe that is Pikachu's. Yep. Ike doesn't even try to avoid it, really. Probably gonna get insta knocked out. Yep. So there's one for Pikachu already. He's at 98%. That's definitely just a swing away. Aber can be slightly annoying maybe for Ike, though. Another Pokeball down. Pikachu making his way to that. The Fletchling, unfortunately for him. Good for Ike, but yeah, Pikachu trying to take advantage of the Pokeballs here. And gets another one. It's a Suicune. Ike avoids that. Pikachu. Ooh, man. Nice damage there. 42% on Ike right now. On his second stock already. I guess, yeah, Ike can't use the up B after he uses the side B, so he just has a lot of trouble getting back to the map. It's unbelievable that he's gone undefeated. He went undefeated so long with such a terrible up B. But he's, yeah, he's down to one stock. Pikachu, 132, but no lives lost yet on him. Crazy. Gets another Pokeball, Fennekin. Another one right below there in the Fennekin Embers, I think. Oh, I can actually grab that. The Alolan Raichu may be able to help him finish Pikachu's first stock off. Or not. Pikachu dodges that nicely. Ike does it himself, though, with that big sword. But, I don't know. I don't think he's coming back here. He got the Deoxys. I don't think it's going to even do enough, even if Pikachu would fall into it. I don't think he's going to. Ike at 106. Electrode. Lugia. For Pikachu. Not going to do probably anything unless Fight makes its way to the right. Nope. Ike at 142 now. He is somehow still on the... He only fell off twice because he couldn't make it back on the map, so Pikachu never actually launched him off yet. He is at 157% though, so not like it's that difficult at this point to do so. That was launched far enough that he can't make it back on, and Pikachu just beat Ike. Are we about to see the a big shift in Team Universe as Ike just starts falling apart now? Who knows? Pikachu won, so that's what matters. 10-5 in Pokeballs. That'll help. Crazy. So there's, I mean, technically two upsets. That was a much bigger upset there. Huge for Pikachu moving to 7-8. Ike still has a little cushion, but I want to keep losing there, Ike boy. Peach is next. A Team Mario matchup. Taking on Luigi. Peach 10-4. Luigi 6-8. Peach won this the first time around. 1 point was the top of the division for quite a while. Her, Link, Kirby, I guess, as well, have been back and forth. Yoshi's kind of been up there. Mario's now made his way up there. Donkey Kong's made his way up there above Yoshi and Link. Zelda's even above Link. It's such a crazy division there, I guess, in the top. It's like the first. That's the top 7 players, all each rank down from each other is only half a game away. So pretty nuts. Luigi's just out of that at 6-8, but he's not out of the playoffs yet. In fact, again, he's that 6-8. That was one of the ones that was right on the rim, right on the fringe of playoffs. 2 6-8s of the, well, I guess really there were only 4 that could make it because there were so many in Team Universe. Only 2 could make it, so only the top 2 in Universe would have. And then there was Luigi and Game & Watch, so I think 4 of them going into this, yeah. So 2 of those 4 would have made it. Now with a win here, he really could use it because Pikachu was one of the 6-8s who just won. Game & Watch was one of the other 6-8s who just won. Luigi, and they both did play tough opponents. Pikachu, again, obviously much tougher than Fox. I mean, Ike, much tougher than Fox. Pikachu. But Peach, tough opponent for anybody. Luigi with the first knockout. Peach immediately answers, though, so it's 2-2 in stock. Like a reset here. And Peach gets an Oshawott who pushes Luigi quite far off the map. Peach tries to... Actually, yeah, Peach added her own extra punch there, and that's another really quick knockout on Luigi, thanks to Oshawott. Snivy now comes out. Yeah, so really not good for Luigi. He had a great sort of, well, a little bit of a lead. I guess it wasn't huge, since Peach came back from losing her life and immediately knocked him out. Oh no, Soul Galio for her. That could, if all 3 hit, that's 1. That's, nope, he avoided the second, but nope, that's enough anyway. 54%, that'll do. Peach wins it. Comes back strong after losing that first life and just wipes Luigi. 10-4 Peach. Again, she beat him the first time around. Of course, she's beaten most of the opponents she's had. Luigi moves to 6-9. He still has a small chance. 8-6. 8-6 in items. Peach's favor. She moves to 10-5. Again, she was the one. She's in second. Because they're all half a game behind each other, nobody's actually tied until the bottom of the division. So Peach is second by herself. Will remain at least there. So good for her. Not so much for Luigi. Jigglypuff is next. Another Team Universe. We have another 3-team Universe in the mid card, and then one in the last one in the low card again today. That's happening. And Jigglypuff is up against a little more, but again, these mid-card matchups are so good because so many of them, especially the Universe ones, are so important. All these yellow division competitors, dire straits right now at 6-8. And because Ike and Pokemon Trainer are so far ahead of everybody. Oh, speaking of, Ike had a chance today to clinch the bye for the playoffs in his division. And because Pikachu beat him, he does not clinch. Need to wait another week to see if he can. I think he still has a chance next week again. He just needs to get another win, I believe, and he'll be good. But Pikachu staves that off for now. And really starting to solidify his own position again, at least in trying to get to the playoffs, because right now 12-2, 9-5, and 6-8 was what we had going in here. So what was that? 3 games back between seed 2 and seed 3 in this division. Seed 3 through 6, really. Olimar with a bit of a lead. Again, these are both 6 and 8s. Jigglypuff won the first time. Speaking of those 6 and 8s, Jigglypuff was the other one that would have made it from Universe. It would have been Pikachu and Jigglypuff over Olimar and Pit. So can Olimar change that by picking up a victory over Jigglypuff? That would be huge. Obviously for both of them. Moving to 7 and 8 is big. A beware for Olimar. Pincurchin there too, I believe is his. He goes away, he waves goodbye. Beware also waves goodbye, and the board is clear of Pokemon other than Jigglypuff. And now Bellossom for Olimar, who secures another ball for him, and it is a Ditto. Double Oli. 146 on Jigglypuff, 116 on him. No stock lost yet, but I feel it's coming very soon. Jigglypuff gets a Xerneas buff. Whoa, but Ditto Olimar knocks her out first. She loses the buff, but still can knock Olimar out in return. And just like the last match, we are back to 2 stock each. No damage really done at all, so pretty much even here. Scissor, though, for Jigglypuff doing some nice damage. Reminder that Olimar has like the best up B in the game. Ike has like the worst. Yeah, being that his like up B and side B are so bad, it is very surprising that Ike had any shot of making it so far in this one. That just goes to show you how much damage he can put out. Keldeo, though, have not been seeing as many Keldeo recently as we have in the past, I feel. Not that that's a bad thing. Kind of slows the game down a little bit because Keldeo does so much. Olimar is now up a stock, and Keldeo gets another swipe on Jigglypuff's last. All of a sudden, it's almost over. Keldeo, just like that, brings things almost to the end, and Abomasnow catching Jigglypuff a few times. Has her up to 94% already. And Olimar looking for the big victory to even things up between them in the head-to-head, and also then take the lead over her. Or is Jigglypuff going to make some crazy comeback like Game & Watch did? Can't quite get the knockout there. 117 on Olimar. Blocks that. Olimar back on the offensive. Gets an Alolan Raichu. 127 on Jigglypuff. 117 on Olimar. Both launchable easily. Raichu almost does it. For Olimar, not quite. Another ball down. Olimar grabs that as well. It's a scissor. Oh no. Look out, Jigglypuff. Should be game there, I would say. Scissor's a good closer, and there it is. Scissor does it again. Olimar with the victory. Moves to 7 and 8. 6 and 9, Jigglypuff. Could be worse, but certainly not good. 437 match. Now Olimar and Pikachu at that 7 and 8 point. Pit will be in the low card fighting Marth to see if he goes up to 7 and 8 as well, and Jigglypuff see if she's then down by herself at the 6 and 9 point. Although Lucario is going to be fighting after this matchup, and he could win and go to 6 and 9 himself. But before that, we got Lucas against Samus. Also extremely important. I mean, Lucas is right up there at the top of Team Nintendo, 9 and 6, tied, really like tied for fourth. Although He is 4th over Falco at 9 and 6. And then you got Samus at 5 and 10. Lucas won the first time around here. Samus at 5 and 10 needs to win out to have a shot at the playoffs, win out to be 10 and 10. Still has her bye to go. 5 games left, including this one, of course. But one more loss and she's probably done. I think 11 is too much. Can't quite say yet, but there are some that are very close to being eliminated from the playoffs here, as there are some that are very close to clinching at least a bye in the division, if not maybe a playoff spot altogether. Although I'd imagine both will be coming around the same time for the characters that get one. Will probably get the other one soon, at least for the buys, until the buys are filled. Although who knows, a lot of these are going to have some races for the top 2 going until the end, I would believe. The way things are going now, got both of them over 100% right now. Nobody's lost a stock yet. Lucas pulls a Gardevoir, and I mean that kind of helps. Samus's Zoroark, though, I'm sorry, yeah, Zoroark can do a bunch of damage. It'll be enough. First stock taken by Samus. 101% on her. She had the less percent between the two of them going into that Zoroark pool. And she caught that Pokeball. It is gone now with her, along with her first stock. Nearly tied up now. Luke is going to tie it up with a couple of nice hits there. Nothing to worry about, Lucas fans. Right back in it. Samus fans, I would just be worrying all the time. You're already done if you like both Samuses. Zero Suit Samus is done 3 and 12. Samus there done inside the Mimikyu for her second stock, that is. Oh my, the damage that Lucas put down on that second stock was nuts. Oh no, the PK Fire into the Staryu Swift. Is she gonna take the entire thing? Yep, that was ridiculous. Lucas then got the Xerneas buff and just finishes that. Wow. All right. Lucas, just like Peach against Luigi, lost that first life. It was close going into the second stocks, and then he just took over from there. 8-5 in items. Annihilates Samus. Moves to 10 and 6 himself. When you hit that 10 win spot, it feels good, especially when you only have 6 losses to go along with it. Samus, unfortunately, 5 and 11, has like a 1% chance along with the other 11 loss characters. I would say that's about where that's at. One more mid-card matchup. It's Lucario versus the Pokemon Trainer. Can the Pokemon Trainer train this Lucario, or will Lucario win again? Because Lucario did win the first time around here, even though it's the 5 and 9 Lucario versus the 9 and 5 Pokemon Trainer. Would be huge, again, for Lucario to pick up this victory. He's in the very bottom of the bottom. He's in the hunt still for the playoffs with 9 losses only. But he's got a very little chance. He's not actually in the playoffs. If all were to end today, he would not be in. Even with a win today, he wouldn't be in. But he still has a chance. Pokemon Trainer has, again, a bit of a cushion. It's slightly coming closer and closer to Ike, in fact, in that first place spot as Ike continues to lose. Pokemon Trainer can rack up another win here. Move themselves to 10 wins and 5 losses, being that the two small divisions already have had all their buys. Lucario at 108% right now, 119. Pokemon Trainer only at 41%, pulls the Alolan Raichu, who may, yes, get that first knockout on Lucario. Big lead right now for Pokemon Trainer. See if they can continue with that. And then move to that 10-5 spot. Very commanding spot, especially Ike then moving to 12-3. 2 games ahead only. And then again, still with that 3-game lead. They would remain with that 3-game lead, Pokemon Trainer, over the rest of the pack, which of course inches them closer and closer to securing their own bye spot. Crazy enough, the 2 first bye spots secured might be the first, might be both of the Team Universe bye spots. As oh my, Pokemon Trainer dealing tons of damage with that Charizard, and even more. We got a double Charizard with the Ditto now. Oh man, Lucario's in some trouble. Hasn't taken a stock yet from Pokemon Trainer. What a turnaround, being that Lucario won the first time around. It's the turnaround J right here for Pokemon Trainer. And that is going to do it. The damage, the Suicune, the Charizard Ditto, it's just all there. It's like the old Prego commercial. Is that what it was? Prego sauce commercial. It's all in there. That was nuts. Pokemon Trainer moves to 10-5. 2-10 match. That was quick. That was quick. So that definitely had some Pokemon help. Aside from the 3, of course, that you have to play as this Pokemon Trainer. 5 to 6 in items. Pokemon Trainer getting that. Not many items though. Lucario 5 and 10. Again, very, very small chance for him to make it into the playoffs now, but it's still very slightly possible. That's the end of the mid card though. Stay tuned. We will be right back with the low card once I take a quick break from this video recording. Stay tuned. All right, we are back, everybody, with the low card matchups. 6 low card subset matches. We begin things in Team Baddies, who we haven't seen yet, in fact. Got 2 low card Team Baddies matchups and 2 high card. We're starting with Snake. And he is taking on King DDD. Not so easy. I believe Snake, did he come close to beating Wolf last match? We'll see how he does here against the other 10-4. Then it was a 9-4 Snake, or 9-4 Wolf. Now both 10-4 Wolf and DDD winning the last set. DDD beating Snake the first time around. 2-12 Snake, picking up 1 win against Marth in the interdivisional, and his other win against Meta Knight. If DDD would have added his damage to that Mimikyu, that may have been the first stock off of Snake already. He did not. Snake at 103 now though. 121 as he blows himself up. And DDD will help him off of the map with his mallet and take the first stock there. DDD 42% only. Nice lead for him here. Nice lead for the guy in the lead in the division right now. Hanging tough in second place, even though Wolf has been tied with him in record. He's got the head-to-head victory. We'll see what happens in their second matchup against each other. DDD and Wolf. That'll tell a lot. But losing to Bowser, DDD that is, placed him in that second place spot, and he's been there ever since losing to Bowser. In fact, I believe he was first place until that loss to Bowser, and he's next to his Electrode. Look out. 108 he's got Snake up to now. 123 on his second. 68 only on DDD's first life. Not great for Snake. All looking good at all. I believe we're going to start seeing people with like 13 losses, or maybe even see ones that have only 1 or 2 wins getting knocked out of playoff potential contention. Snake losing his second stock, 90% now on King DDD, only 80 going into this last stock of Snakes. That being said, Snake is one of those who has a big potential of being eliminated, in fact, in this set today. We shall see at the end. So we'll look at where everybody is, take account of that, how many matches we've got left in general at least. And Snake, did he just blow himself up? I'm not exactly sure what happened there. He either blew himself up or he launched one of DDD's spikes perhaps back at himself. I'm not even sure. 228 match though. DDD handling that easily. Did he lose any? No. Yeah, so it was a flawless victory, 3-10 in items, DDD. There you have it. There's one down. Potential for upsets is what I said. A lot of these are high record versus a low record, but not all of them. So we do have the, I guess really, they are. I take it back. Yeah, all of them are, except maybe the last one. Sheik is 4-11. It's really the only one. But we have the 3-11 Marth coming up as well. But we do have some other characters that, of course, need to pick up wins. Mario needs wins. He's playing Toon Link. So this is one of those times where you're hoping you're getting one of those wins. Mario won. Toon Link has the one win. It was against Peach, so everybody else beat Toon Link. And Mario is one of those everybody else's. He's at 10-5. Actually sitting alone then again. Everyone in the top half and more of Team Mario and different spots in the division because of the buys, and will remain that way, all half a game behind each other or something like that, because Diddy's on the buy this time and he's at the bottom of the division. Got a scissor, I guess a scissor and Lunala for Mario. Unless, no, Mario is Toon Link's, I mean Scissor is Toon Link's and Lunala is Mario's. Yeah. Beware for Mario, finishes Toon Link. 91% on Mario's first though. Beware tries to get another hit in there, but Toon Link's still invincible. I don't think there will be any more from that. Mario will get another nice hit in there on Toon Link as he falls asleep. Eevee now, or Toon Link, maybe. Not sure, not hitting anybody really. But yeah, Mario's sole third place in the division right now, so a win again, just like Peach, a win for him will mean he stays there for sure. He will probably remain there because he won't pass up Kirby even if Kirby loses. I don't think they would actually have the same record. They'd both be 11-5 if that happened, if he wins and Kirby loses. Peach would be first. I think Kirby beat him head-to-head though, and Mario, that is. Oh, nice block of the bomb back at Toon Link. Toon Link does get that first life eventually of Mario's. It does knock out the Xerneas buff of his as well. But it's 2-1 in stock. Mario looking pretty strong in this one. Continuing to look strong. As he has for the most part all season. I mean, I guess he flubbed some matches early on. That's kind of what kept him in the lower half of the division early, but he pretty much climbed out of that, and he's been up in the middle and the top ever since. And the middle is basically the same as the top in the Team Mario division. So, by the way, we're taking away all the. It's going to be the red. We might give them some funky names at some point, but it's just going to be the red, green, blue, and yellow divisions going into season 1 and onward. And take away the other names because it's going to be so fluid who's in the division every season that, yeah, they don't need names. At some point, maybe we'll do something fun with it. I thought of giving it like fire, water, earth, and wind or something, but we don't want to be too pagan about it, so I'm just going to keep it with color names. Don't want to give the wrong impression. Hence the shield with the big cross on it as our logo, the channel. Toon Link, 164%. He's done, but he's hanging in there. Zoroark pulled for Mario, will finish it. Okay, There we go. Actually, Mario's just going to do it himself with one of those flying backflip kicks of his. Well placed. Mario, he is very athletic for a plumber. 326 match. Got 12-6 in items for Mario, of course. Pretty big. We've seen bigger discrepancies go not in favor of the winner of the match, so I guess you never know. This is an interesting one here. I don't know. This is one of the middle of the low card matches. There's of course 2 middle ones because there's 18 matches total. This is the first of the middle. Marth. He's taking on Pitt. This is our last Team Universe match. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty interesting one. Again, there is still that 1% or 0.5% chance for the 3 and 11s or the 11 loss competitors to make it in. Marth is 3 and 11. He lost to Pitt the first time around. Pitt almost falls off the map, just being crazy, but he's got a good up B himself, so he does make it back fairly. He's at 6 and 8. Again, one of those 4 that were at 6 and 8 coming into today. He's at the bottom of the 4 though. So needs the win to stay with the other 2 that won, Olimar and Pikachu. Jigglypuff lost. Moves down there with her not looking so good. Lucario lost, so he's moving even further down to 5 and 10. So he's now second last. Martha's securely been the last in the division basically the entire time since, well, maybe since like about the middle of the season, when I believe Pitt and Olimar and Pikachu began pulling away from him a little bit there. 3 matches ahead now. Lucario only 2 ahead of Marth. Marth could get ahead of Lucario, but we'll see. Tapu Koko for Marth, that'll help a little bit. Pitt has some good wins in the interdivisional play, so some scary wins. So he definitely wants to try to make it into the playoffs, see what he can do there. Some crazy arrow firing happening. He did lose the first stock. Marth is up 1 now. 81% only on Marth, but Scissor coming out for Pitt will certainly even things up. Also a Dedenne. I don't think Marth is going to be able to avoid much. 1 more Scissor hit. Scissor's gone, actually, so that's not bad. 117 on Marth. Togedemaru got the Dedenne and then the Togedemaru coming out for Pitt. A lot of electric circles. You can do some edge things. Pitt, obviously one of the better edge fighters. Meowth for him at the top of the map. Might not do a whole lot. Could launch Marth into it and do a little extra damage. It really just needs to get the knockout here. He's up to 51% on his second stock. And Marth is at 152. He's going for some edge play. He gets it and is able to make it back up to the map. So you want to kind of do that when he doesn't have 150% already on him. But hey, whatever. I'm not playing, so. Alolan Raichu doing a little bit of work for Marth there, but not quite knocking Pitt out. Even in stock, but it is a bit of a difference, especially because Mimikyu just grabbed Pitt and he's going to be over 100%. Ditto Pitt, or ditto Marth there as well. Pitt easily eliminated, and Marth has a really healthy lead right now. Interesting. Is Pitt going to lose to Marth? That'll bring Marth only 1 game away from Lucario. And wow, Marth is caught within that entire Entei Fire Blast. Doesn't knock him out, but it's very close. Pitt can't do it himself either. 107 on Marth now. Pitt could even it up if he can knock out Marth here. Got the Inkay, got the Spupa, got a lot of useless stuff. 124 on Marth, still Pitt can't knock him out. Knocks him down into the Spupa, does a bunch of damage, but doesn't knock him out. That'll do it there, finally. A little bit of help from the Spupa, putting extra damage on him there. 37-45 now on Pitt. It is basically tied. There's an Electrode. Nobody gets hit by it. Pitt trying to even things up percent-wise, 30-58 right now. Pincurchin, though, from Marth on the right side. Pitt has to avoid that. Marth also has the Bellossom on the left side of the map, though. Can he get this knockout? It is. Marth's victory. What a match. Marth moves to 4-11, and does he somehow keep his hopes, playoff hopes alive? 9-11 is asking a lot, but it might just be possible. They'll just have to see how things go. If there's enough people losing, enough people in the middle of the pack, you just never know. 11-8 in items. Marth getting that helped for sure. And again, that also ties things up between them. Marth 4-11, Pit 6-9 moves down with Jigglypuff. Indeed. So Pikachu and Olimar go up to 7-8. Jigglypuff and Pit move down to 6-9. And now we've got our other middle of the low card, middle of everything matchup. It's Meta Knight taking on Ganondorf. There's one point early in the season where the two left, I think either two at the bottom or the two left to get wins, I think even, were Meta Knight and Pit, which were two of my favorites back in Brawl. But they did change both of them since Brawl. I will say that. But I loved playing both of them. It was sad to see that they were both doing so bad. Pit started doing a little better there. But, of course, just lost. Now we have Meta Knight, who is continuing to do horrible at 2-12. Ganondorf, though, who obviously won the first time around between these two, and is, oh man, going to maybe do so again. He had already 82% on Meta Knight, who was floating down below the map as Arceus was out for Ganondorf. What are you doing, Meta Knight? Instant knockout for Ganondorf there, and he's already up one entire stock. Oh man, he gets a huge heal kick, 60% on Meta Knight already. A Ditto comes out for Ganondorf. Are you kidding me? He gets a Marshadow too. Good luck, Meta Knight. You're pretty much done already. Another Pokeball lies in wait. Marshadow plus Ganondorf equals second stock taken from Meta Knight already. Are we going to see another sub? Probably sub 2 minute. I don't think it's going to be sub 1 minute. But I think it was Meta Knight that dealt with this the other time too. He's just caught within everything. There's everything out there right now. The Fennekin must be his. I think Ganondorf is trying to block that, but Meta Knight only has one stock left. He's done. And this is, okay. All right, was that Ganondorf perhaps doing that for Meta Knight there? Takes one of his stock. 48% on Meta Knight still on his last. Beware for Meta Knight, though. Hold on a second. Can he remain on the map? 74 now after a big hit. Another big hit from Ganondorf takes him to 90, then 104. Whew. Gotta avoid that. Gotta hope Beware actually does something. He doesn't yet. Oh, he did nothing at all. That's unfortunate. A Deoxys for Ganondorf. Uh-oh. I think that's Ganondorf. Yep. No, it was Meta Knight's. It hit Ganondorf, didn't knock him off though. And that is game. That is game. Finally, Ganondorf does get him. Took quite a bit of damage in the meantime. But still a relatively quick match. 154, still sub 2 minute match. And Ganondorf moves to 9-6. 4-3 in items in favor of Meta Knight. Not that it matters when it's that fast. Great match for Ganondorf again. Moving to that 9-6 spot is pretty good. Pretty good. Still got to see what Wario does against Wolf later. He's the other 8-6. See what Mewtwo at 7-7 does. He's, of course, a game behind coming into today. But right now we have Falco. Falco! Taking on Zero Suit Samus. So again, maybe an easy one for Falco. Hopefully he doesn't throw a match against the worst. You never want to do that. Did he just do that recently? No, he's actually been winning quite a bit here. Lost to Captain Falcon, that's to be expected. That's actually the only one Falco's lost this second half of the season here, ever since beginning their second matchups. He's only lost to Captain Falcon so far. Whoa! You definitely don't want to lose to Zero Suit. Beat her the first time around. 9-6 Falco. Looking for his 10th win, just like Lucas earlier. They're tied, in fact. They were tied at 9-6. Falco immediately knocked out Samus has only taken 16% and has a Ditto. Is it upset time? Zero Suit Samus 3-12. Out of it at 12 losses for sure, I would say. Still got to see. I mean, I don't think they're actually out, but I think they are actually out. If we would consider all the different variables instead of just looking at generally how many matches are left and how many would then potentially be winnable by anyone, you know, without looking at particulars, probably already see that the 12 losses are indeed out of it and don't have a way in. Anyway, she could still play Upsetter because she knocked out Falco again, and Genesect is going to do it for a third time. That was the fastest match today for sure, at least to this point. Probably going to be all day. That was nuts. I'm just rambling on. I wasn't rambling that long, only for like a minute, because it was only a minute 30 match. Wow. Zero Suit Samus with some Pokemon help for sure. Only a couple though, 4-2 in items in her favor. Defeats Falco, that is huge. Less so for her, more so for Falco. She goes to 4-12. She's again still probably done already. Falco moves to 9-7 though, and Lucas then takes the lead over him. But Falco does have a lead because of his non-buy-ness yet. He does have a lead over Ice Climbers and Fox a game still, so he will stay where he is in the division. We got Link finishing things up here for us in the low card. Voices Chic. Must mean that he's playing Zelda next time around. I remember that happening. Right? Oh, yeah, I think that is what happened. So, here we go. 8-7 Link. He's in the middle now of the pack. He's actually at the bottom middle. He's at the lowest in that, like, half a game away pack of 7 in Team Mario. He's the lowest of them, even though he at one point was the top of the division. The very top. Taking on the 4-11 Sheik, who, again, I guess still has a chance. Maybe. Depending on how things go, 9-11 just might do it. For some. Tomorrow for Link. May finish Sheik. No, not quite. 140, 150, 154. Is that Oshawott taking her off the map for Link there? And yes, that is first stock going off of Sheik for Link. Arceus for Link now. See if he can use. It looks like he was trying to coax Sheik off of the ledge there. Not falling for it. Electrode, though, gonna separate them for a moment here. Link gonna throw some stuff while that's happening. Can you not explode the bomb while your opponent's holding it? Detonate for Link now. Not gonna do anything. It just pops out and electrocutes in the area it comes out at. It's actually probably more powerful than Togedemaru, but Togedemaru moves and does so twice, shocks twice. Hard to say which one's better. I think maybe Togedemaru. It's kind of a close call. Tapu Koko obviously better than both. He lasts longer and he takes up almost the entire stage here. Of course, if it was a different stage, that might not be the case. Abra! Abra for Link. Link still up a stock. Same percentage here. And gets the second one from Sheik there. The help, perhaps, of some Eevee down to the bottom. Sheik runs into Eevee again. Sheik struggling. Looks like might be moving to 4-12 here. Link certainly happy to pick up another win against an opponent like Sheik. That's when you got to get them. As we keep saying with these low card matchups, these competitors that have a lot of wins taking on competitors that don't have a lot of wins. So which upset? What did we see upset wise? Marth over Pit. Zero Suit Samus over Falco. So we did have two pretty good, one real good in that last match. The other one was a pretty good upset too, over Marth over Pit. And it does look like Link should be able to finish this one, maybe flawlessly. Under 20% on Sheik's last life. Alolan Vulpix on the side of the map though for Sheik. Link makes it on, sweeps that sword, and yep, flawless victory for Sheik, for Link. Not a super fast one, but still flawless. 308 and still a flawless victory. Pretty nice, pretty good. Sheik, I think that happened to Sheik last set, maybe too. Happened to somebody. 10 to 8 in items for Link. Moves to 9 and 7. Very happily. And Sheik probably was out of it, now definitely out of it, 4 and 12. And we will be back in a moment with the high card subset, best 6 matches. Stay tuned, Nerds Templar. All right, we are back, guys, with the high card subset of set 17. The 6 best matchups. We're starting off with a really good, I mean, they're all really good. They're all worthy of being the last matchup. We're beginning with the best in the league, Bowser versus Mewtwo, who used to be 3rd, I believe, in the division, maybe 4th or something. Maybe not that high up. But needs a win, 7 and 7 right now. Mewtwo. Bowser is 12 and 2. DDD and Wolf keep winning. DDD won already. Wolf is playing a little bit later. The last division matchup for these guys, baddies, against Wario. But DDD will be 11 and 4. If Bowser loses, he's only 1 game ahead at that point. See what happens. Already a ton of damage on Mewtwo. Mewtwo, of course, only lost to DDD and Bowser the first time around in the division. Struggled against some opponents interdivisionally. Bowser, along with Beware, dealing with Mewtwo's first life there, no problem. But Bowser is up to 110 right now. Go for Mewtwo. He's got a shot. He's got a chance here. Go. Doing a little bit of damage there. Mewtwo evening things up here, 2 stock each. It would be huge if Mewtwo could take this win. He has the ability to beat anybody, I would say. There's several competitors here at the top, I would say, that could beat anybody. And when I say anybody, I mean like Bowser, and DDD, and Ike, and probably Captain Falcon and Kirby as well. Oh man, a huge blast from Genesect, though, takes Mewtwo out again, and I'm sorry, takes Bowser out again. What? So again, some Pokemon help, and we might see a pretty huge upset here. Bowser doing everything he can to lay down some damage. Gets a Pokeball, Alolan Raichu for him. Got Mewtwo to 94%, launches him, and oh, Raichu can't quite get the assist. Knockout, and Raichu's gone. 117 on Mewtwo, though. Bowser could even this up pretty easily. Got 47% on him now, though. Starting to stack up that damage, and a Victini for Bowser will, I'm sure, knock Mewtwo out, especially if it just stands there. Yep. I wonder what that launch speed was. Because he just blasted him, literally just slapped him right against the camera with that. 98% on Bowser with these last stocks here. Mewtwo. The scissor doesn't get it from Mewtwo, even though we got the look like it happened. Bowser 114 remains on the map still. Kyurem left side for Mewtwo. Oshawott pushes Bowser off the map, and then the tail whap for Mewtwo takes the upset victory over Bowser. What a win. He needed it to stay competitive in the division, and he got it against the toughest in the division, 240. I can't believe it. Bowser moves to 12 and 3. 10 to 6 in items for Mewtwo. That'll do. 8 and 7 for Mewtwo, and that is where nobody else is right now. Wario could end up 8 and 7. I believe Mewtwo beat Wario, so he would take over that spot. Both of them, of course, are still in the playoffs at that 500.77. Still, we're making it in. 8 and 7 certainly going to make it in still. We have now Captain Falcon versus Ice Climbers. Some of these may have more wins cumulatively, but we wanted the matchups that were, you know, kind of closer in record to come later on. So that's what happened. That's why Bowser came up, and that's why now Captain Falcon is fighting versus the Ice Climbers. 11 and 3 Captain Falcon, who beat the 7 and 7 Ice Climbers last time around. Ice Climbers same record as Mewtwo, 7 and 7. Captain is almost the same. He's 11 and 3, not quite the 12 and 2 of Bowser, but he is 11 and 3. Best in the division, only by one match though. So he's gotta stay on his toes. He did defeat the secondary Ice Climber here already. And 130 on the other normal Ice Climber, who is now gone. Regular Ice Climber. Moltres not doing much. One stock down already on the Ice Climbers, so 44% also on them. It's Marshadows pulled by Captain Falcon. Not good. Not good for the Ice Climbers. Against 7 and 8, they will maybe remain in the playoffs. I think 7 and 8 for now might make it. At least some of them will. You don't want to be there though. You don't want to be there. Not below 500. Not at this point with not many matches left. Everyone matters. Oh no! Secondary Ice Climber doesn't make it back again. 128 left on the Ice Climbers. Primary one does, but for how long? You may rightly ask. As a Goldeen is pulled by Captain Falcon, that may do it. Oh, kick coming in. Doesn't quite knock out. That one will though. There goes the Ice Climbers for a second time. Captain Falcon has taken 26% damage so far. Ice Climbers on their last life. Don't know what is happening here exactly, but they are getting owned by Captain Falcon completely. Falling into the Meowth of Falcons. Falcon Meowth. Oh, they got a hit in there. Captain Falcon is now 39% as Chespin blows up both of the Ice Climbers in different directions, but they're okay for, never mind. The primary Ice Climber does not make it back to the map. Game, Captain Falcon only takes 39%. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the most flawless victory we've seen, but it was close. 2-11 match. 39%, yeah. Under 40, but I think we saw like 33 on Jigglypuff or somebody. 10-0 in items. That will also help Captain Falcon secure a really quick victory. But still a much needed one. He now moves to 12 and 3. Not quite separating himself from, well, we'll see, because Rob and Ness are number 2. Ness is 2, Rob is 3, right behind him. Captain Falcon, that is. And they play each other in the last matchup today, so we shall see. Somebody is going to remain right behind Captain Falcon, and one of the others will not. For now, though, we got Yoshi taking on Zelda. And they continue to be important, great matchups now. 9 and 6 Yoshi, 8 and 6 Zelda. Yoshi won in the first one. As close as they come, Yoshi is 5th and Zelda is 6th in the division. So of course the win by Zelda here puts her ahead of Yoshi. Yoshi wants to win to stay up there with Peach and Mario. Donkey Kong and Kirby also both above him play 2 matches from now. So he's probably hoping for a Kirby win since Kirby's in first and kind of pulling ahead a little bit. Certainly pulling ahead of Yoshi himself. If Donkey Kong loses, Yoshi can get ahead of Donkey Kong. Would help him out more. But he wants to stay up there with Mario and Peach, who did already win. A lot of damage coming out already over 80% on both of them. Oh, big Night Strike there puts Yoshi at 101. Pinkerton over there on the right for Zelda as well. Goes 121 to 115. Kyurem for Zelda. Pokeball, Yoshi does not grab it. Zelda might though. She does. It is a Lunala. You regret that one, Yoshi. Might be your first stock gone. It is. Don't know if that was actually Zelda doing it. I think it was Lunala. Lunala hitting him again. And does it get one more? It does get another blast as Yoshi's standing next to the Pokeball and does not grab it. Throwing eggs instead. Zelda grabs that Pokeball as well. It's just a Togepi doing some ice things over on the other side of the map. Zelda is stacking up the damage though on Yoshi's second stock already at 86, 95%. She is destroying him right now. Eevee comes out for her now. Another Pokeball falls next to her. She gets that one as well. Darkrai. Yoshi jumps out of that. Launches Zelda. She's at 138% on her first stock, so Yoshi should be able to get her. Yoshi finally gets a Pokeball. It's a Ditto, something useful for him. Oh man, there's the huge hit by Zelda though. 3 to 1 in stock. Finally, Yoshi's able to get one off of her. It's 2 to 1 in stock, no percent. Let's see if Yoshi can make some kind of comeback here. Much needed. The big Togedemaru hit takes Zelda to 55%, and one more still for him. She gets caught in it again, and she's up to 85%. Yoshi gets another Pokeball. It's a Latios and Latios. Are you kidding me right now? Zelda is in danger of getting knocked out, and Yoshi bringing this back to even. Zelda avoids Latios and Latios pretty easily, though, or you know, well enough. She's at 106, though. One big hit, and Yoshi can almost tie this back up. Inkay for Zelda. She gets another Pokeball, though. It's a Go-Goat. Yoshi hides in his egg. Not a good idea, though. Stuff. Go-Goat, Knights, Din's Fire, all kinds of things hitting Yoshi now. He's at 77%, 112 on Zelda's second. Looks pretty good for her here. Fletchling for Yoshi. Think she's going to be able to finish this. Yoshi going for some edge play. Maybe not the best idea for him. Zelda's good at getting back to the edge. Much better than him, for sure. I mean, yeah, he has that nice struggle jump, but that's all he's got. That's all he's got. Oh no! Bellossom puts Yoshi to sleep, and that is the game. That's the second Bellossom assist we've seen for the win today. What a man. I think they've both been upsets, too. Zelda. Not a huge upset. 8 and 6 versus 9 and 6, but Yoshi did again beat her the first time. She evens that matchup and takes the lead over him at record-wise. 13 to 7, she wins the item race. What a great match. We still got 3 more high card matchups. How about that? This time we got Wolf going up against Wario. Another one where the lower record Wario at 8 and 6 beat the higher record Wolf at 10 and 4 the first time. So Wolf wants to even things up between them. Wario hoping maybe to use this as another way to pull back into contention here for the upper spots. Actually toward the bottom, in the lower half of the division at number 5 of 8. Wolf is 3. Tied in record with DDD, needs to win again to stay there. 11 and 4 though, incredible record to have. Pretty much solidifies your spot almost, I would say. At least in the playoffs. See when the time comes, but I think 11 and 9 will do it. Wario does not want to fall. 8 and 7, not a great place to be. Mewtwo is there now, 8 and 7 now. Again, he's happy to be there, back up above 500. Got the Victini for Wolf though. It's gonna be an easy first stock for him. Taken from Wario. 50% only on him. Mew is in a spot where something could happen. Nope. I don't think anything happened. Wolf is at 80%. If it was Wario's, maybe it hit Wolf once. I don't know. If only. Scissor coming out, though, for Wario. That will do something. Evening up this matchup pretty much. 2-2. Wario at 47 now, though. Wolf with some nice strikes after he respawned. Blocking the Alolan Raichu that Wario now has. Wario pulls another one. It's a Mimikyu. Uh-oh. Wolf not quite enough percent on him for this to knock him out, but he will take a bunch while he's in there. Wario trying to stack up some more damage. Not quite able to. I mean, he does, but he misses that last hit. 65 to 77. It's pretty much tied up. Now it is tied up. 2 stock each. Pinkerchin attacking on that ledge, but Wolf is below it, so it's okay. Chespin for Wolf. In a decent spot here. Wario looks like he might avoid it. Yeah. Genesect, though, while that's all happening, the last Chespin bombs do hit Wario. Wario rides into the first Genesect Big Blast, and he is knocked out. 2-1. Wolf's advantage. Kyogre for Wario. For Wolf. Kyogre for Wolf. Is it? Oh, it's gonna do it. Nope. Wario, it doesn't last long enough. Wario is able to up-B his way back to the stage. But 114 to 50 on Wario's last. Wolf not doing too bad here. There is the knockout, though. Wario, who is now still standing in the Meowth that just came out for Wolf, does a ton of damage. Wolf is going for the knockout on the ledge, and he does it. That is the game. Wolf wins and moves to, again, just like DDD, 11 and 4. This division is tough, man. Bowser, DDD, and Wolf. And then there's Ganondorf as well. 319, and that doesn't mean Wario and Mewtwo are bad, because they're just lower than the others. 10 to 8. We're going to probably see a lot of team baddies in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised. 10 to 8. Wolf wins the item grab. 2 matches left. 2 amazing matches. We got Kirby at 11 and 4. Taking on Donkey Kong at 9 and 5. Oh man. Again, Wario moves back to 8 and 7 with Mewtwo, who moves up to 8 and 7 there. Will move behind Mewtwo because of their head-to-head. Wolf happily stays in 3rd. Ganondorf's still 2 games behind them in that case. They're only 1 game then, DDD and Wolf, then 1 game behind Bowser. But here in this matchup, we got the 11 and 4 Kirby, who beat the 9 and 5 DK the first time around. Kirby, of course, sole first place right now in Team Mario. He wants to remain there. Donkey Kong on a streak, moving up well in the division. He's 4th place right now. Definitely move over top of some people with another win. Moved up 2 places, I believe, last set. Don't let that hammer come out. Kirby, bit of a lead right now. Donkey Kong, obviously the stronger hitter. Kirby blocks that strong hit, though. 44 to 102, Latios and Latios for Kirby. Does it mean something whether Latios or Latios comes out first from the Pokeball? Does that change anything about that Pokemon? Spufa now, I believe, for Kirby. They're going to avoid fighting near it. 68 to 141 on Donkey Kong. Oh, Donkey Kong almost gets the first knockout, though, there with a big hit. Bullpix on the top of the map knocks Kirby into an Ember, but Kirby But the down B knocks Donkey Kong out for the first stock. Donkey Kong retaliates, and we're tied up 2 stock each. This would really even things up in the division. If Donkey Kong would beat Kirby, it would really even things up. Zelda beating Yoshi, bringing him down, pulling her up toward their position. Yeah, pretty crazy. Crazy. Lunala coming out for Donkey Kong. Yes. It is a tie game right now. Kirby just floating around up there trying to stay away from Lunala as long as possible. The third blast does get him though and does knock him out. And he is now losing. Donkey Kong 105 on his second. Kirby gets a fletchling. Won't quite help. Down to the edge again. Favors Donkey Kong with an extra life to spare. Zoroark for Donkey Kong, gonna stack up a ton of damage on Kirby here. Donkey Kong is gonna grab a Ditto in the meantime. Help Zoroark out a little bit. 77% on Kirby, now dealing with double Donkey Kong. 1 big hit from Donkey, 91%. Another big hit. Luckily he was down B chest form, so that doesn't hit him. That one does though. Never mind the beware. Kirby just gets annihilated by Donkey Kong. Wow. Mixing things up in Team Mario division. The 10-5 Donkey Kong, the 11-5 Kirby. Wow, crazy. Now he's only half a game behind Kirby. Just like that. The 4th place in the 1st place. 4 to 10 in items. Donkey Kong, of course, wins that one. And we have the best for last. We have Rob, the 3rd place in Team Nintendo, at 10-5, taking on the 2nd place, 10-4 Ness. And Rob won the first time around. Has not had his bye. He is the last bye of Team Nintendo. Ness already had his. That is the discrepancy in their records. This is for 2nd place right here. Of course, Rob probably feels like he has the advantage. I did say the 10-5 Rob and the 10-4 Ness, right? I think so. Just in case I got those numbers wrong. Ness with the lead right now and the Lugia on the left side of the map. Rob is attempting to avoid all of that. Does so. 80% on him right now. He gets the next Pokeball. A Bomb of Snow. Ness is standing right there. Another ball available. Rob grabs that one too. It's an Electrode. He is next to it. They're both next to it. Rob eliminates himself with his own Electrode. Ness is 60% on his first stock. The Executor blocks him for only a moment. Rob over there misses the big laser blast, trying to even things up here. Abra for him. Not going to help too much, although you never know. Ness back into the Abra there. And PK Thunder to the edge. This is a PK Fire. Rob. Come on. Oh! No, Ness doesn't make it enough. Somehow the PK Thunder Rocket didn't launch him further, even though he connected with it. And now it's almost tied up as Snivy taking it to Ness. Is able to get up on the ledge that time, of course. Tries to PK Thunder Rob as he's trying to get back up. Not going to happen. Basically tied up now. What a crazy turnaround. Pincurchin for Ness. That's an Eevee for Rob. Oh man. They're both getting attacked by the other's Pokemon right now. Now they're both avoiding them, but Rob with the next attack. 105 to 113. Still even. Ness throws the Pincurchin at Rob because he was avoiding it. That was amazing. It did do a little more damage. Ness is in the lead slightly with percent. Whew. Oh, he's going for the Thunder Rocket. He misses it. He makes it back to the ledge at least. And that's a chest spin for Rob. Oh, the elimination off the side by Ness, though, takes the lead there with the stock. 146 on his second. Again, he did not win this matchup the first time around. So that's another big advantage for him with their record so close. And Rob easily able to eliminate him for the second time. 1-1, 0% each. This is it. For all the temple coins in the coffer. Connecting with the PK Fire, grabbing the Moletta Pokeball is Ness. Another Pokeball underneath Rob. Next to the Inkay, it almost falls off the map. Rob grabs it. It is a Spupa, and they are fighting right there, of course. PK Fires miss. Anyone's game. Ness with a very slight advantage in the percent, but he fights inside the Spupa. Don't do that, Ness. That's not what you want to do. Xerneas, was he trying to grab the Pokeball? He does so. Xerneas buff. Blim, blam. There goes Rob. Ness wins. What a match to finish us off here. And set 17. 343. 11-8 in items. Rob 11, Ness 8. But Ness able to overcome that and get the victory. Wow. That is now 10-6 for Rob and 11-4 for Ness. Let us check out where everybody is in the division now, in their divisions, standings wise. Certainly a few changes to speak of, and then other things, I believe, just climbing and falling of sorts, maybe not places changing, but let's just start in Team Mario. Peach now at the top, 11-4, over top of Kirby, that's 11-5, who did beat Mario twice in their head-to-head, who's also 11-5, and so there's your first three, Peach, Kirby, and Mario. Then at 10-5, you got Donkey Kong. 9-6, you got Zelda. 9-7, you have Yoshi and Link. In that order, Yoshi beating Link twice already. Luigi then is 6-9 in 8th spot. 4-11 Diddy, 4-12 Sheik, 1-14 Toon Link. Team Baddies, we've got Bowser at 12-3. Still at the top, of course. DDD and Wolf 11-4, just a game behind him now that Bowser lost today, and they both won again. So creeping up there. And then you got Ganondorf alone still in 4th at 9-6. Mewtwo and Wario at 8-7. Mewtwo now above him because of their head-to-head. And then you got Snake at 2-13 and Meta Knight at 2-13. Captain Falcon is 12-3. Up there at the top with all the others, actually, tied for the best. Ike and Bowser all 12-3 with Captain Falcon, all three of them now. Ness is 11-4, just behind him. Rob is 10-6 along with Lucas. Rob winning in their head-to-head. The first time they only played once, I'm pretty sure. Falco 9-7 by himself in 5th. Then you got Ice Climbers, Game & Watch, and Fox in that order at 7-8. Ice Climbers beating both of them. Game & Watch beating Fox. And so they switched around there. Game & Watch and Fox switching their positions. Then you got Samus at 5-11 that might still have a glimmer of hope. And finally, Zero Suit Samus at 4-12, taking that second to last spot over the now last place Sonic at 3-12, who was on his bye today. Finally, Team Universe. Ike still at the top, 12-3, even though he lost as well. Had both the top competitors, Bowser and Ike, lose today. That was pretty crazy. Pokemon Trainer is 10-5, a couple games behind Ike still, but a few games above everybody else in the division. Pikachu and Olimar are 7-8. Then moving above everybody else, Pit is 6-9 above Jigglypuff at 6-9 because of their head-to-head. So Jiggly moves the whole way down to 6th place now and out of playoff contention, I'm sure. Lucario at 5-10, problem also out, maybe out completely, almost. And Marth perhaps is out completely at 4-11, but he did win today over Pit, so we shall see. All right, so playoffs. Where do we stand now after 17 sets? We only got 5 left to play. And so that means that right now, 13 wins gets you into the playoffs. That would be the clinch. But both Bowser and Ike, who had chances of doing that, are out. They lost today. Not out, but they lost. So still open. Nobody's clinched any playoff or bye or anything yet. And also right now, 14 losses, it means you're out. Because 8 losses is the last places currently. They can only get 13 losses total, the ones that are currently making the playoffs last. And so anyone with 14 losses is out. And that is Toon Link at 1-14. First one eliminated from playoff contention. Which means Snake and Meta Knight still technically have a chance, along with Sonic, Zero Suit Samus, Sheik, Diddy, Marth, Samus at 5-11 with the best shot, but still probably out. Still in the hunt, we see Lucario at 5-10, Luigi at 6-9, along with Jigglypuff and Pit at 6-9, and then Fox is the only 7-8. It looks like it's either would be Fox or Olimar that would not make it in as 7-8. But let's start at the top. By number 1 through 8, we still got Bowser as number 1, 12-3. Ike is still number 2 at 12-3. Captain Falcon is still 3 at 12-3. We'll see where Captain Falcon ends up relative to the other two, but Bowser does end up above Ike because of their head-to-head. Then in by 4, we got Peach 11-4, DDD is 11-4, and Ness is 11-4. Again, we'll have to decide who gets where in that one as well. Then we got Kirby at 11-5, and Pokemon Trainer at 10-5, getting the last bye currently. And then moving into the 1 through 16 seeding, we have Wolf at 11-4, Mario at 11-5, DK at 10-5 is seed 3, and then seed 4 is Rob at 10-6. Then Lucas at 10-6 also is seed 5 because Rob beat him. Ganondorf is 9-6, and then Zelda is also 9-6. So we'll have to decide between those for 6 and 7. Then for seed 8 and 9 and 10, we have Falco, Yoshi, and Link at 9 and 7. Link would be below Yoshi, but I'm not sure where Falco would end up in those 3 from 8, 9, and 10. And those are important ones, seeing as how 8 and 9 will play each other. And then seed 11 is Mewtwo at 8 and 7, and then following him is Wario at 8 and 7 for seed 12 because he beat him. And then we have the 13 to 16, the last 4 are 7 and 8s, and one of those 5, we have 5, 7, and 8s, only 4 of them will make it. Fox is the lowest of the 3 that are in Team Nintendo, so I put him just in the hunt. And so Pikachu, Olimar, Ice Climbers, and Game & Watch would be rounding out our playoffs. Currently, 7 and 8. As it's been happening, it's at 500 and just like a game below 500. We've been back and forth, flip-flopping between that as who's in the very end of the playoffs here. And I do still think that it's going to end up being at least 10 and 10, if not 11 and 9 to make it in. But we shall see. We shall see as these last 5 sets play themselves out. That's where everything is right now. Still plenty of opportunity for the people that are not in yet. Especially the ones, again, that are still in the hunt that only have 10 losses. Or even less. Even better, 8 and 9 losses. 9 losses, Pit, Jigglypuff, and Luigi. Still a decent chance. It's got to finish strong here in the last 5 sets. Speaking of, set 18 then coming up next to finish then we'll be 1 week away from ending this thing, including the finals. Set 18, we have Donkey Kong versus Yoshi, huge match. Peach versus Diddy. Zelda versus Link, another huge one. Sheik versus Mario, and Luigi versus Toon Link. Kirby is on a bye, hoping that all those top competitors lose and he can retake that top position. Then we got Ganondorf versus Wario, another big one. Snake versus Bowser. DDD versus Wolf, that is massive. 2 and 3 place, 2 and 3 tied up, going up against each other. Mewtwo versus Meta Knight, last for baddies. Then we got Zero Suit Samus taking on Lucas. Fox is taking on the Ice Climbers, that's a big one. Sonic versus Game & Watch. Rob versus Falco is going to be good. And Ness versus Captain Falcon, number 1 versus number 2. Ooh, that might be the last match of the day. Samus is on a bye. We got Jigglypuff versus Lucario, both of them fighting for their playoff lives. Olimar versus Pikachu, both fighting for their playoff lives. Pit versus Ike. Ike needs another win. Pit also fighting for his playoff life. And then Trainer, Pokemon Trainer versus Marth, maybe an easy win for Pokemon Trainer there. Maybe. Some great matches to come, guys. I hope to see you there in the next one, set 18. That's it for us today. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you then, or maybe in one of these other videos we got on stream. Make sure you're on the channel. Make sure you check out the Pokemon TCG stuff, the Super Smash Bros. Short League. Anyway, that's it, guys. This is Nerds Templar, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League Season 0. I'm Randy. Signing off. Peace.